Hello everyone, welcome to ICT Training Nepal, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel through which we will be motivated for the new videos. And let's talk about the today's topic, and it's called the software proposal. So writing a software proposal, writing an effective software proposal. How we will write an effective software proposal and its construction and components. We are talking about its construction and components of the software proposal. So from where we will start to write the software proposal. So let's talk about it. Okay, so let's get started to its construction and components of the software proposal. Okay, so let's have its components. Let's go to the components. So the component, what are the components for writing the effective software proposal? So let's talk about it. First of all, what we need is the cover page for the software proposal. Okay, so what we need the cover page, and after that we need a table of content, right? So these things we also have been learned in many classes of the software engineering if you are from the IT background. So we need the cover page, and we need the table of contents, and after that we need the executive summary, and then we need the scope of work, and after that technical plan, management plan, commercial plan, and appendix. So we're gonna cover this all in details. So let's talk about it. So cover page, what we should include in the cover page. So let's talk about it. Okay, so what we should include in the cover page is the name of the service. So which type of service you are giving to the client. Okay, so which type of service you are giving to the client. So let's talk about it for some example. So if you are trying to make some kind of you are trying to solve someone's company's HR by making it the digitalization, then you could say that the name of the service should be, you are giving them to the HR management system. So you are giving them to the HR management system, so you can give the name to the HR management systems, and after that the name of the organization. After the name of the organization, the proposal is addressed to. So for which organization you are going to give a proposal. So if you are the A company and you are trying to give it to the proposal to the B company, then you have to address that B company, means the company you are going to give the proposal to. Okay, so after that what we need the most is the things, it's the simplest thing. So this should be the date, and after that the name of the organization. So what we will include, the name of the organization means your organization from which you are giving to the service, or you are trying to give the software service, or you are trying to give the software proposal for that service. So let's cover again. So the in cover page, what we need is to the name of the service and name of the organization, the proposal is addressed to, date, and the name of the organization of yours. So let's talk about more. So in the table of content, what should be in table of content is it is a normal one, like all the headers with the page numbers, sections, and the subsections should be there included. Okay, so let's talk more about it. So in the executive summary, what will be in the executive summary? Okay, so this is the most of the part, or the most important part, or the most beautiful things that you have to include it, because the executive summary attracts the other company, the company you are trying to give the proposal. If those company members, anyone, or CEO or anyone they can see your proposal, first of all they will go through the executive summary. Okay, so the executive summary should be strong. Okay, the executive summary should be strong. So in the executive summary there is the customer, there should be the customers, and in customer section there should be the about the business, what is about the business, and about the need, what are the needs for making that. Okay, so and then the other thing is the solution, what is the solution and why it is the best solution for that need. Okay, so why it is the best solution for that need and why are the best solution for this solution. Okay, so why we are best for this solution, so this is also should be included. So why we are best in this solution, and the other thing is the cost of the service. So there should be the cost of the service. So let's talk more about it. So in the executive summary, what we should include is about customer, means those company which you are giving, you are trying to give. So about that company and about that business and about that need, the need, then they need something to make their company effective. So about that need, and you have to link this with the solution. Okay, so what is the solution, why it is the best solution, you have to link it, and why we are the best for this solution, you have to clarify why your company are the best. Okay, so why your company is the best for that solution. Okay, so you have to give that, and after that the cost of the service. Okay, so there should be included the cost of the service, which service you are giving to and how you have estimated. So this cost should be in the executive summary. Okay, so means you have to understand that after writing all of the things, you have to, after writing all of the things, this is the last thing. Okay, you have to make it after writing all of the proposal, this is the last thing you have to make it. Okay, so don't start with the executive summary. First of all, start with all of things, and then you get idea for the executive summary, and then you write the executive summary. Okay, so the scope of the work means the things like the scope means it's like a boundary. Okay, so in the boundary, within the boundary. Okay, so that things, that requirement things, and that requirement things is some kind of the boundary. Okay, so which bound in the boundary. Okay, so you are having the boundary of some scope, or and in between that boundary you have to what you have to do, you have to understand the requirement. So what are the scope of the work, there should be the understanding the requirement, there should be the quantifiable service scope, there should be the inclusion, there should be the exclusion, and there should be the assumptions. Okay, so these all falls under the scope of the work. Scope means the project boundary. Okay, so what is the scope means? The scope means the project boundary, and you have to do it. Okay, so what will you document in the scope of work? Okay, so first of all you have to understand the requirement. What are the requirements? So for example, if you are going to do the human resource management or any type of employee management system, so for that you have to understand the requirement. What are the functionality and what are the functions that taken in that particular softwares to solve the problem. Okay, so that requirement you have to understand, and then you have to be the clear scope, like the quantifiable service scope. The service scope should be clear. So what are the services, those scope should be clear. And we have to know the inclusions and exclusion, means the inclusive part, which are the inclusive, which are very important part, and we have to also write about the exclusion, the exclusive part of that application. So and then we have to assume, we have to write the assumptions. Okay, so let's talk about another. So the other one is the technical plan. So you have to document the technical plan. So in the technical plan, what will be there is like there will be the technical specification. Means, for example, the technical specification comes under like what are the things you are using to make those particular application. There should be a computer, laptop, or the main programming language or anything, and then phases, and then detail of the each phases and the technical phases. So what are you doing? The phases means the stepwise step processes, and the details of the each phases you are going to specify that each phase. Okay, so the technical specification, what will comes under the, I mean to say that in the technical specification what will come, right? So what will be the technical specification? First of all, technical details of the solution. Okay, so you have to make technical details of the solution. So in the technical details, what you have to do is you have to write which softwares are you going to use. Like means you are developing applications, like for example, if you are developing a web application, just for example, so then what are the softwares for that web applications? For example, it can be Photoshop to Photoshop the wireframes. After that, it can be the VS Code, Visual Studio Code, or the other one Sublime Text. So it can be, so basically people are using the VS Code, so it can be the VS Code, and it can be the XAMPP for the local hosting. And the techniques, what are the techniques you are going to make for that technical details? So techniques means which are the techniques you are going to apply, and the framework, which type of framework you are going to apply. For example, for web it can be the Laravel framework, and for other one it can be other frameworks. So these are the frameworks. Okay, so the prerequisites is the infrastructure, environment, and level of preparation. Okay, so what are the infrastructure there, and then what are the environment there, and what are the level of preparation for that technical specification. So the phases are, so let's first of all let's go here before the techniques. Let's go the technical specification. So softwares, you have understand the software. The techniques, you have understand the framework. So in the framework it will also come the other one, the techniques in the technical specification. It there will be also coming the which techniques you are going to use, or which methodology you are going to use for that application, like the Agile methodology you are going to use, or the waterfall methodology. So these are included in the techniques. So let's go here too. So the phases, what will be the phases? Okay, so the phases are the, first of all, the requirement study. So you have to study the requirement. Okay, and then system design phases, development phases, testing phases, acceptance phases, production rollout phases, and the support phase. So these all are the phases. This is the normal phases. Okay, so you have to understand this is not the main phases, this is the normal phase, because this is just layout phases. Okay, so if you are going to use any methodology, then like if you are going to use the Agile methodology, you have to specify the Agile methodology phases, or the Agile life cycle. If you are going to use the waterfall methodology, then you have to specify the waterfall life cycle. Okay, so it also comes under this kind of things also will be there in those phases. So let's go after that, the phases details. Okay, that the phases details, there will be the details phases. For that you have to specify the scope of deliveries. Okay, you have to understand that you have to specify the scope of delivery. So what are the scope for that applications, that you have to specify. And entry and exit criteria, you have to specify the criteria. Okay, which are the entry and which are the exit criteria. And after that you have to specify the timeline. Timeline means in which timeline you are doing those works. Okay, so you have to specify those timelines. And after that you have to specify the location, in which location it is going to do. And the responsibilities means the responsibilities of the person who are trying to make the application. Okay, so if your company is going to give a proposal to another one company, then what will happen is you have to locate your location, and you have to give the responsibility to each of your members that which part are going to do by which member. Okay, so these are the phase details. So after that, what we will be going to see that the management plan. So how the project is managed, the project methodology, which methodology is going to use. I have already said that in the previous one, the phases, and it also connects here. So the project methodology, which methodology you have used in that project, Agile methodology or Scrum, Agile Scrum, or another one RAD, rapid application development, or the waterfall. So which the project methodology you are using, and then what will happen is then the status reporting. Status reporting means how you gonna report the status, and how you in which time frame you are going to report the status, and how you gonna report all that phases in your proper timeline. Okay, you have to know that one in the management plan. And other one is the quality assurance. Quality assurance is the most important part here too. So the quality assurance means you have to do the quality assurance of your product, of your software product. So since it is the proposal only, you have to do here is how you going to assure your qualitable product. Okay, so quality assurance means like you have to specify the product is very qualitable. There are many tools you can search that, and for that how you gonna do the quality assurance in every phase, you have to specify that. Okay, so the teams. So in the team, what you gonna do is in the team you have the structure and hierarchy of the team members of your company, not another one company, of your company, and the role and responsibility of your company, how you gonna execute those plans by this structure and hierarchy, by these roles and responsibility. Okay, and after that what will happen in the mostly other section, the commercial plan sections, there will be the main part is also here. So you are going to specify all those things in the previous one. Those are all the software proposal sections. So this is the commercial plan sections, and this is very important one, because without the cost and the duration, without knowing the total cost and total duration, you cannot specify your project, and your goal will be like it will be vanished, and it will not be success until you have the good cost and the good duration. Means the minimum cost and the minimum duration. Nowadays people are trying to make the things in the minimal cost and the minimal duration. So you have to specify the cost in the commercial plan, and you have to specify the duration, and you have to also specify the payment breaker. So this is all about the commercial. Okay, so the cost, duration, and the payment breaker, how the client gonna pay you, how the client is going to pay you. So, and after that, the taxes, all the taxes which has been specified by the government, and you have to edit that, and the exclusion and the assumptions you have to write also here, and the penalty, it's all the policy of your applications, policy of your company. So you have to do the exclusion and assumption, and the penalties, how the penalties had been made, like it will be like the data sharing things and the other things. Those policies should be made here. And the general terms and condition is the very, very, very much important thing, and the specific terms and condition, there should be the specific terms and condition too. And after that there will be the dispute resolution. Okay, so you have to make the dispute resolution. Okay, this is also the things you have to consider, and you can search in the Google, or you can search in more for those things in the commercial plan. So at last there will be the appendix. Okay, so at last there will be the appendix. So in appendix, what you are going to do is you are going to make the template of the methodology. Okay, so the main template of the methodology, and how how those methodology works, you have to specify those templates and you have to give the description of that methodology, and is it right for this software, or is it right for this proposal. You have to specify those methodologies, and for that you can do like make the 2-3 search for the 2-3 methodology and go on with one methodology's advantage and disadvantage and which is suitable for your application. So other thing you have to do is the sample previous work. You have to specify the sample previous work of your company. The other thing is the statutory documents. So those the statutory documents you have to make to support your this statutory document is to support your proposal. Okay, so the other things is the recommendation and the references. You have to do the recommendation and references. You have to do the technical write-up and the brochures. So these are the things. This can sometimes this can be extra, or this can be sometimes this can be the optionals, but you have to do it to make the more and more effective. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and please don't forget to like, comment, share to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and the more video will be coming soon. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.